Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I was thinking about what to do for my next build, and I was out on YouTube looking around and came across Joe at Mad Genius Productions build of the Porsche GT-1, and he did it in olive drab with black accents, and it was just incredible. It turns out that Mr. BG is having a Porsche group build, so I went out to his channel, and actually this kit is one of the ones he talks about, albeit with different decals. So I thought I would do this kit for the Porsche group build. So the kit is pretty nice. Comes with really nice decals and stickers for the mirrors. All the parts are nice, have minimal flash. I thought these wheels are really cool, although those tires need to be scuffed up a little bit. But this is the part that is really the issue, and Mr. BG talks about it in his introduction video, that it's warped, and out on ScaleMates they refer to the October 2000 fine scale modeler. So I went there, and indeed the original review of the kit when it was released, they say the belly pan part H14 was badly warped both lengthwise and widthwise. This prompted me to open 3 other EVO kits in hopes of finding a straight one, only to find they all had the same problem. The bodies of these kits were also a bit twisted, although not nearly as bad as the belly pan, which, as you'll see, I disagree with. So I started the build with the first page there, as that was the engine, and all of that, you know, after cleanup went together really nice, and actually is quite sturdy. So if the rest of the kit is like this, I'll be happy. All right, so as I mentioned, one of the issues with this kit, and I don't know if you can see it there, is this is warped. When you fit it, it fits well. But you do have to kind of push it there. I'm wondering, I mean, will I ever get it where it would just go like that and be together? Or am I going to have to, you know, push it a little bit anyway when the time comes? I don't know. Unfortunately, there's no videos out there of anyone building this beginning to end. So I can't cheat and see ahead. So I'm going to do the best I can to try to get this straight. Like, I think what I want to do is like maybe somehow compress it straight and then shoot it with the heat gun while it's being held straight, and then let it dry that way, if that makes sense, if that's possible. Because I thought about soaking it, but you still have to hold it flat. So I got to think through how I'm going to do this. And then supposedly this is slightly warped. I do see it now. This angle here is much sharper than this angle here. So it's got to kind of go something like that. Wow, how in the heck? Huh. How in the heck are you supposed to get that to hold like that? You know, my understanding is this part is going to build out well. So far, that's built out. You know, everything fits perfectly. But that this is where you have the issues, and it's living up to its reputation. So I'm going to have to figure out, yeah, if you can see, this is like smushed down, and then this is a much sharper angle. So it kind of, and I don't know if this needs to be a sharper angle or if that needs to be smushed down. So I think I'm going to have to cut the clear part out to help figure that out. Interesting problem. Never encountered this before. Well, stay tuned for how I try to fix this. Okay, that is pretty warm. Oh, it's really warm in there. All right, so yeah. That's being held as perfectly flat as I can get it. Oh, and that is warm. So that's being held down really tight. So Just gonna let that totally, cool off overnight and see how that looks tomorrow. Now, how to deal with this. Is there a place you can apply pressure? That looks more right. How am I gonna do that? So it has to stay flat and then be clamped the way I'm pinching it. I don't know, do I put on some gloves and hold that while I heat it? I'll have to experiment. All right, I built a rig for this other one as well. So basically there's a cross of Lego under there, and then a wall on each side to hold this together. And then from under here, this piece of tape is wrapped and it's pulling that down this way. And then this side is holding this side down. So it's both squeezing it together and then pulling this way. And I'm kind of using, I've seen, they use these chains to pull bent frames into place, and I kind of thought of that while I was doing this. So I think that's pretty close. So with this rigged like this, now I'm going to heat it up very slowly and then again let it cool. So hopefully this is going to work. I think this way it's a little better. This now has this little curve in it, but I was hoping when I put the glass in there it'll hold it straight, but it's pretty strong. So I'll have to dress that. We'll see, but it's better than it was, but I don't know, still has a ways to go. All right, on this one, let's see where we're... Still a little bit. My understanding is you kind of build it from the bottom up. So what I may do is like clamp it here and then build it for as long as I can keep it clamped or whatever, and then hopefully that keeps it fairly straight. But maybe I can apply a little bit of heat and just twist. We'll see. Again, this is better than it was. So following up on that concept of building it up, as I proceeded with these interior pieces, I kind of realized that these will more or less hold it flat. If you look on the right side where that fender meets the body, you can see the daylight coming through as I press it down. I think once I glue that in place, it should hold it flat if I glue it when it's flat, so to speak. Now that body still needs more work. It needs to come in on that left side. That needs to come in like this, if you can see that. And then back to that base, so I glued the radiator on there and used some Lego underneath there to make sure that that was perfectly flat. And then on the body, I went ahead and put the front louvers in, as well as the top louvers and that vent. So I want to get that kind of all done before I work on getting that straightened out. And then on that rear piece, those seams on the side, clean those up as well. So now I have that basically complete, and now I'm going to try to put it into final shape. So went back to the heat gun one last time and actually did that base first. And now that those two front pieces are on there holding it straighter, it just took one more shot and I think it's fine now. So now I'll work on this and kind of hold it with my hand and, pull it on one side and squeeze it on the other and shoot it. Here's a little bit further. Now I've got it straight. I just got to pull that one side in just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. There's the final product. I think I've got that all touching. And so here it is sitting flat, and you can see it just takes the lightest touch to push it into final place. But that, other than that, that's gravity just holding it, sitting there. So now I want to get that back piece on, and once that front piece was all straight, it actually went on pretty well, and the seams on both sides seemed to be pretty good. So mission accomplished. So there you can see all the way around, that's just gravity holding those three pieces together, and everything seems to be fitting straight and laying level, so to speak. So next I had to work on these seam marks that are on both that front and back piece, and then went ahead and put together that airfoil and test fit that. and then while working on those seam marks, did the final cleanup on those seams on those back two pieces. So that does it for the nastiest part of this build, I hope. And next video I should finish it up and do the final reveal. So thanks to Mr. BG for hosting, and as always, thanks for watching and happy modeling.